Yo, people, it is I, JD Reaper X, and this will be what if Deku had Hando. Yes. I'm gonna change a little bit of well, not really. I'm just gonna add an ability to Hando. So you know how it can erase anything with his left hand, I think. Yeah, right hand. My bad. Well, with his left hand, he will be able to I guess the hand, right hand, it erases space. Well, you know what I mean. When he swipes his hand, how things gets closer because he erases the space between those things. Yeah, with his left hand, he will be able to do the same, but it will add space. If you know what I mean, it's just gonna create more distance. So yeah, and plus, you won't have to continuously swipe down. Like, you can choose how much space you erase with one swing. Cause just swinging your arm around like that, nah, it ain't cool. It ain't nice. So yeah, and that's it. Yeah, I think that should be good. Honestly, yeah, that's good. That's good. So we start off. Izuku is still quirkless. His mother still loves him and cares for him. And yeah. And in this what if he's gonna be extremely OP, and I mean it, bro. He's gonna be really, really OP. So get ready for it. So yeah, Izuku goes to a quirk doctor. He's quirkless. Then he just cries and cries himself to sleep. Watching them all my videos, and we go now. Time skip. 12 years old now. Yeah, he's 12 years old now. I think no, yeah, he's 14. My bad. It's the last day of middle school because the rest of the days are kind of boring and useless. So the teacher is like, well, we're gonna do these job applications because it's the last day, and the students don't like that. They're like, oh, come on, teacher, it's the last day and all. And he's like, just kidding. I know you all want to become heroes. And yeah, well, then he's like, well, we have two people that want to go to UA, and the class just guesses that they all know that Bakugo is one of them, and yeah, they're right. So the teacher is like, well, we have Katsuki Bakugo. Looks like he wants to go to UA. With your quirk and your grades, I think you should pass. Class they whisper among each other, and Bakugo does his whole speech. Class kind of mad, but they can't do nothing. And then yeah. Then he's like, oh, and he's trying to hold his laughter. Then he bursts out laughing. And he's like, well, the quirkless Midoriya, he wants to go to UA. Pretty sure he's gonna fail. And he's laughing with the class. Bakugo is pissed. He's like, you damn Deku, how dare you ruin my how dare you go to such a prestigious school that can only accept me? And Izuku's like, well, catch on. I just wanted to try. And he's like, Bakugo just explodes his desk, and he's like, you damn quirkless nerd. Why would you try? and just explodes him back at the class. And the teacher's like, "Okay, that's enough, Bakugo. Well, you're all then the bell rings, and he says, "Well, you're all dismissed." And just Bakugo beats him, and he says, "Well, if you really want a quirk, I have a way you can get one." And usually he gets hope, Then Bakugo tells him, "You have to go jump off the roof and um pray that you have a quirk in your next life." Damn quirkless nerd. And Izuku, he's shocked that Bakugo said that, and he's angry, that just because he doesn't have a quirk, people treat him differently. And he just walks out, and the sludge villain happens, and yeah, he passes out, and he goes in his mindscape, and he sees a weird looking figure, which is Hando Gakis. And the hand looks at him and just slaps him on the head, and he just falls down, and he gets all these memories of a person called Okuyasu. I forgot his last name. And how he uses the mysterious figure, and just to say, Naruto has a high IQ. Naruto, oh my god, Deku has a high IQ, like 3,000 IQ, bro. Yes, sir. So he tests out his powers, and he shakes the hand of the hand, which is the hand is confused, and Deku is like, "Well, I don't want to use you as a weapon, Hando. How about we become friends?" And the Hando smiles, and he's like, "Very well, Izuku. We are friends from now on. You can call me whatever you want, my friend." And he smiles, and Izuku smiles too, and he goes out of his mindscape, and he has changed. Like, he's kind of ripped now. Yeah, he has a 8-pack, like good muscles, and but they're compact muscles, Yeah, not like a fat ass bodybuilder, Nah. Yeah. Then well, yeah. So that's how he got the hand, and he knows that he can add space and all, and he found a way to erase time, erase time and basically stopping it, so that nothing moves. And then he just says, when he wants to activate, he just says, "Zahando Toki wo tomare," which means that Zahando, stop time. If you didn't know, if you did, that's nice, okay. And yeah, basically, he wakes up at All Might lightly slapping him, and yeah, Okuyasu's clothes. Yeah, he has that now, but he doesn't look ridiculous. He still looks like his, I guess, old self, and he still has the hair and all. He might get a cut later, but never know. And yes, he has gotten taller. All Might has noticed the changes in his body, and he's kind of surprised, and he doesn't really know what's going on, He just signs his book. He just slightly slaps him, signs his book, and goes away because he feels like he's gonna wake up, and like Izuku's gonna wake up, and he's about to run out of time. So yeah, and he just go. And Izuku just wakes up and he sees his book already signed, and he smiles, and he's about to go continue his way home, but he hears an explosion, and he recognizes the explosions, and he's mad. He's like, "Katsuki Bakugo. Seems like you're in trouble. You're lucky I want to become a hero, else I wouldn't have saved you." Then Izuki calms down, and he just walks towards the explosion. Well, he erases the space between him and the places of the explosion by just wiping his left hand down, which it looks weird to people, but it's just alright. So he goes to the place and he asks a random person, "Hello, sir." And by the way, he's 6'5", pretty tall. And he's like, "Hello, sir." And the person wanted to look down, but then he looked up and he's like, "Oh, hello here, young man." And yes, Suzuki's taller than the average 14-year-old. And Izuku's like, well, why aren't the heroes doing anything? And he's like, well, sadly, they don't have the quirk fit enough to save the kid. He's probably gonna die. It's really sad. Then Izuku tries to contain his anger, and he's like, very well. Thank you, sir, for the information. And Izuku just continues, just walks. And each step he makes, people would notice like small craters, just like they're small craters under his feet when he walks. And now he's standing in front of the sludge villain, and he just says, "The Hando." And he swipes his right hand down, and he erases part of the sludge villain, and he erases the space between. He swipes his hand down again, and a Baku just goes towards him, And Izuku just puts the sludge villain back, and he just okay. So I'm gonna explain right now in the middle of that shit, and how Izuku's ability work. As you may already know the basics, but just listen, okay? He can erase and bring back, I guess, anything. It can be erase the smallness of a thing, and it becomes huge. He can erase man, the spoiliness of food, and it becomes normal, like it has just been bought. Yes, some bullshit like that. Okay, it sounds ridiculous, but he can. Okay, he can. And he can also erase quirks, and he releases back the sludge villain, and there's police there, by the way. So he just swipes his hand down again, and put the cuffs just goes in his hands. It goes out of the police hands and it goes in his hands, and the police are kind of surprised, and they're about to do something, but Izuku just swipes his hand again, and the sludge villain, he just erases the he puts the cuffs in his right hand, and he swipes his left hand down, and he basically furthered the distance between the sludge villain and his quirk, which means like it's a dormant quirk now. It can't really be awakened unless Izuku just erases the space. Well, erases the space between the quirk and you know what I mean, okay? And he just puts the cuffs on him, and he just throws him to the police. And Bakugo recognizes him, and he's like, "Deku, I didn't need you." And Izuku slaps him, and he's like, "Be grateful for once, you brat. You saw how I erased the villain's quirk. You wouldn't want that to happen to you, would you?" And Bakugo just shivers, and he's like, "Thank you, And he's about to say you damn nerd, but Izuku's like, it's sir to you. And he's like, thank you, sir. And he swipes his left hand down and disappears. And yeah, he just does it because he looks cool, but he can just call Hando to do that for him. But he doesn't really do it because he thinks swiping his hand down is cool. Lame, but okay. Then yeah. Okay, so we're gonna time skip 10 months. Izuku has been training his ability. Has been kind of training his at the beach too, and he erased All Might's injury, bro. So All Might doesn't have injury anymore, and he has more time to find a successor. And he thanked Izuku. I know they kind of train, kind of spar, So yeah, and Izuku wins most of the time because he's OP. Like, yeah. And All Might just learn some battle experience, Yeah. And we go to the entrance exams. Yep. Yeah. We go to the entrance exams and well, we see Izuku just walking, to the entrance exams. And like I said, he's super smart. 3,000 IQ, I said. So yeah. And well, I'm sorry. So he aces the test in like a minute, corrected the mistakes, and tells that to President Mike, which President Mike is shocked. People think that he has given up, but he just walks out and goes to his training. The thing goes back to his seat, and yeah. And yes, he's taller than the average. Like I said, people like look like dwarfs to him, kind of. You know what I mean? Like they're 14-year-olds. So yeah. Well, now 15, I guess. 14, 15, 16. Don't care. Okay. And now we go to when President Max is explaining, and well, Lida is about to talk, but Izuku erases his mouth, and Lida sits the fuck back down. And then Izuku just puts his mouth back. And yeah. And now we go to Izuku's at Fake City A. Oh. So yeah. And basically President Mike is about to say 3, 2, 1, and he sees that the gate is slightly open, and he just tells the hand to teleport to erase the space between him and you know what I mean. And he teleports in front of a one point, and he starts going ham on them, erases them from existence, bro. Half of them, so that there's EDU's proof, So yeah, all of them get just erased in half, if you know what I mean. And yeah, he just does that until he has like 500 points, which is a lot. And he just sits down relaxing, playing cards with the hand. And yes, he can make the hand visible. He's just playing cards with him, cards with him. No, Uno. He's playing Uno with him. So yeah. And Izuku and well, the hand has won twice, and Izuku has won like 3 times. So yeah, it's pretty good. And then Aizawa, he's like, I want that kid. I don't know what his quirk is, but he has already 500 points. And the people in the viewing room are shocked, like, And Nezui's like, seems like I have to release this zero pointer. Well, and he presses the button, and he starts laughing maniacally, and people are just freaked out and scared of Nezu. So yeah. Then Izuku and the Hando hear sound, well, rumbling, I guess. And they look and they see the giant zero pointer going on a rampage. And the hand, tells Izuku that there's a little girl, stuck. No, I know you didn't think about that, bro. Oh my god. That sounded weird, but just stuck in rubble. Her has her leg stuck in rubble, okay? And then Izuku now then the hand nods and he goes back into Izuku and swipes his arm down and he teleports to the mysterious girl for now. And then Izuku he summons the hand and they both swipe both their hands at the same time and completely obliterate the zero pointer, only leaving its head. Yep, only its head, nothing else. And yes, he punched the head away so that it won't hurt the girl. Then Izuki lifts the rubble off the girl like super easy, and the girl is like, "Thank you, thank you." And Izuku's like, "My name is Izuku Midoriya," and and she's like, "Thank you, Midoriya," and he's like, "No problem." So, girl, what is your name? And she's like, um, well, damn, I don't know what the shape. Just wait. Okay, her name will be Kayla. Basically, a female version of Kaido. Why? Well, you know how I said Izuku was 6'5"? That's way too small. All Might is 7 feet, so Izuku is gonna be 10 feet. And Kayla will be 9.5 feet. And she'll be look like this. Just wait. Yeah, never mind. Just change it, and it will be Yamato. Okay. She's Yamato basically, and she doesn't have the huge samurai thing, but yeah, she still has the dress and all, but covers more, and she still has her thing. I forgot what it's called, bro. I'm an idiot. I forgot what it's called, but I don't really care. Yeah, her metal thing, and her quirk, it will just be hockey, bro. Like, really, I don't want to make it. Yeah, she will have hockey. That's it. Yeah, might as well. Nah, she has a devil fruit too. Think of like Inu no Mi or dog fruit. Model wolf deity. Yeah, it's a wolf deity thing. Protector of one or blah blah blah. Whatever. Just a wolf. Heavenly wolf, bro. So yeah. So yeah. She blushes when she looks at him, and he does too, And she's like, can I get your number? And Izuku's, surprised, and he's like, oh, sure. And he gives her his number, And he's like, well, see you again, Yamato. And she's like, see you again, Izuku. See you again, Izuku. And yeah, Izuku leaves, teleports basically. Yes, and he did bring her to Recovery Girl before. Yeah, no, she didn't need it, bro. She was just stuck. Didn't need that. And now, yeah. We go to, yeah, Izuku just chilling in his home, and, yes, he has removed the fat from Inko, quite literally. And she liked that, And he just hugs her and he's like, "Hey, mom." And she's like, "Hey, hello, Izuku, my son." And so he just hugs her, his leg. And yes, they have Izuku just quote unquote made some money, but he just kind of took the money from the bank, but people they don't know because they have no evidence. So they bought a house that was comfortable enough for Izuku, and yeah, it's pretty big, no cap, and yeah, so Izuku just wakes up one day and his mother is like, "Hey, Izuku, you have a letter from UA. I think you passed the exam." And he's excited, he's like, "Hey, thank you, mom." And let's go read it in the living room. And he's she's like, "Okay, my son." And they go, and they read and they see that Izuku passed, And Izuku's happy and he's like, he hugs his mom, with his finger because, well, his mom hugs his finger. No, he just do a normal hug, okay? And yeah. Izuku and it said that the UA was starting like 3 weeks. So Izuku just walks down the streets one day and he sees Yamato, he's like, "Yamato, is that you?" And she's like, "Yes, Izuku, that's me." And he's like, "What are you doing there in the streets?" And she's like, "Well," she looks down, she's like, "Oh, I don't really have a home." And he's like, "Oh, well, you could live with me." And she blushes, she's like, are you sure?" And then he's like, "Well, sure, I'm sure, no problem." And she hugs him and she cries. She's like, "Thank you very much," and she cries. And Izuku's like, "Oh, it's fine, okay." And yeah, basically, Izuku just guides her to his home, and she said that their home is kind of huge, at least 11 feet. Like the door is 11 feet, but there's a little door for small people, I guess. Yeah. Man, he made Inko a little taller so that she doesn't get squashed like a bug. So yeah, she's quite a decent height, no cap. Oh wait a minute. Yep. So yeah, that happens, and yeah, basically we're gonna time skip. Izuku and Yamato are dating. Cause Inko called them in 4K, kissing, naked in their bedroom. So yeah, and she snapped some pics, you already know. And yeah, yeah. So yeah, they're dating, and yeah. Then Izuku just TPs Yamato and him in front of UA, and yes, Yamato calls Inko mom, and she calls him my daughter-in-law. So yeah, and and yes, we yes. So after that, they just walk into UA because it's kind of big. And yes, the doors are tall enough for Izuku and Yamato. Yeah, they're good. I know people just look at them because they both of them are like huge, and they reduce their height a little, but they're still tall. Izuku is like 9 feet tall, and Yamato is 8 feet tall. 8 feet tall, so he's still tall. So yeah, and they walk and they find Class 1A. They're like, whoa, that's a huge door, even for us. And she's like, you're right, babe. And she kisses him. And I know they just both enter the class, and class looks at them, and Izuku is like, what are you looking at? And they all look away, scared, kind of. And Izuku is like, this is our teacher, huh? And Yamato notices too, and he's like, oh, well, Izuku, let's just go. And he's like, then they just go to their seats. Basically, Yamato just, Izuku is like, well, you can sit in front of him. And basically Yamato just sits on his lap. And Izuku blushing, and he's like, Yamato, what are you doing? And she's like, well, that's a good seat, isn't it? And Izuku's like, fine. Hope the teacher's okay with it. And he's like, I'm fine with it. And then people look at me and they're like, who are you? And he explained that he's Aizawa and he's gonna be the teacher for the next 3 years. And yeah, basically he tells them to do their PE uniforms and all. And he TPs Yamato to the her thing, and he TPs himself to his locker room too. So yeah, and yeah, they just both disappear. And yeah, they finish changing. Izuku just TPs themselves into the training ground. They've been there before Aizawa, and they're just chilling, Now Yamato is just sitting, like her head is sitting on Izuku's lap, He's just caressing her hair, waiting for people, and yeah, they see them and they just stand up, And Izuku is always like, well, I'd like the person who scored first in their entry, because come up and throw the ball. Yeah. And yeah. So Baku's about to stand up, and Izuku's like, stand down, Bakugo. I scored first. And Baku's about to reply, but he remembered what Izuku said, and he shivers, and he just gets back in line, and yeah. So then Izuku, he just uses the hand to bring a lot of distance, and he gets infinity. And Yamato just hits it with her bat, and she gets infinity because so strong, bro. Yeah, and yeah, Izuku scores first in everything. Yamato scores second in everything. So yeah. Then they just go back to their house, and Izuku's like, "Hey, mom," and Yamato, she's like, "Hey, mother," and Inko, she's like, "Oh, hello, my daughter-in-law and my son," and Izuku, and Yamato, she's flustered, and she's like, "Mom, I told you to stop calling me that," and Inko, she's like, yeah, just go to your room, you two lovers, you two lovebirds," and they both blush and they just TP to their room. And Yamato and Izuku, they start doing some heavy kissing, bro. I mean it, heavy kissing, bro. And um, they're about to do something more, but Inko pops in and she's like, "Oh no no no! I'm not ready to be a grandma yet, so you won't have kids until I say so." And they both shiver and they're like, "Yes, mom." And they're kind of embarrassed and they put their clothes back on. And she's like, "Bye bye now," and she just goes away. And they just continue kissing, and then they just fall asleep. And the next day, they teach her things, and it's boring, but they still listen, as our teachers and blah blah blah. And now we go to the 2v2 battles, and yes, so, never mind. Yeah, never mind. So Izuku doesn't react much to All Might because he's already as a signature. So yeah, and yeah, that happens, and then we go. By the way, Izuku's hero costume, like I said, it's Okuyasu's clothes. I guess. Like I got nothing else to do. So yeah, he wears that as a hero outfit, and Yamato still wears her thing from One Piece, but she covers her breast more because she doesn't want any boy seeing her assets except Izuku. So yeah. And Izuku blushes when she sees her outfit, and he says, "I like you look nice, Yamato." And she looks at him, and she sees how ripped he is, and she blushes, and she's like, "Oh, you look handsome too, Izuku." And he's like, "Cut it out, you two lovebirds. Let's just get started." And they both look at him, and like at a why are you ruining the moment face. And he get a he sweats a little, that big fat sweat drop. Yeah, he gets that, and he feeling a little embarrassed. He's like, sorry for that. So he does the team, and Yamato and Izuku are together. Yep, they're against Bakugo and Kirishima, I guess. And honestly, bro, I'm gonna be blatantly honest with you. They destroy them, quite literally, bro. So yeah. Then well, so basically, Izuku's like, well, Yamato-chan, you can go upstairs to you can find the bomb, and I'm going to fight the angry Pomeranian. And she laughs, and she's like, okay, dear, and then she just goes. And yeah, basically Izuku destroys Bakugo, and shows him, and Yamato basically one-shots Kirishima. So yeah. People in the observation room, they're like, damn, both of them are powerful. What a power couple. And yeah. Then yeah, that's the end of the thing, because nobody wants to hear anything else. So yeah. Now I'm just going to do some fillers, because I don't have anything else to do, 10 minutes of fillers. It doesn't sound too bad, but okay. So now we go to Yamato and Izuku. Yeah. Do you wish there will be next episode if there's one? Yep, sorry for that. And yeah, Izuku and Yamato, they're just holding hands and just enjoying, the evening, and they go on a date. They go to the beach, they do a long, deep kiss. They go back home, and they cuddle each other. And then Yamato's heat kicks in. Yes. And she has heart in her eyes when she wakes up. And Inko senses this, and she's like, "Oh no, my poor baby boy. Let's hope he survives this." And basically, when Izuku wakes up, he sees Yamato with heart in her eyes, and he's like, "Yamato, are you okay?" And she's like, "I'm sorry about this, Izu, but I am in heat. So you know what we have to do." And Izuku is like, "Oh hell no!" He's about to teleport, but Yamato pins him down, and she starts forcibly kissing him, and he does that back, cause yeah, why not? And she unzips his pants, and she starts giving the Gog Gog 3000, the Gog Gog 3000, bro. And basically, he starts giving her the liquor 1000, and they both release the white natural human made substance. And yeah, and Yamato, she still hurts, she moans, and yeah, she screams Izuku's name. And yep, they do this shit for 3 days straight. Yamato, she's out of her heat, and Izuku's just super tired. Like, actually, no joke, bro. He's just super tired as flip. I hope I didn't violate any of YouTube guideline, cause that would suck. Honestly, that would actually suck, bro. I mean, I explain it in words that seem appropriate, so I should be good, honestly. If I'm not, that's kind of sad, bro. So yeah. And then yeah. After they do that, Izuku just absurdly tired. And Yamato, it feels kind of sorry, and she just kisses him in the forehead, and he just cuddles with him. And they wake up the next day, and Izuku, he's like, "Yamato, you're so wild." And she just blushes, and she's like, "Shut up! I was in my heat, and I cannot control that." And then he's like, "Yeah, whatever." And yeah, kisses her, and they go to they shower together first, and then they do some intercourse in the process. But yeah, but Izuku's careful, so as soon as he releases the white liquid, bro, he erases every trace of it. Like, he lets her enjoy it, but after that, he erases every ounce of it, bro. Everything, bro. So no kids for now. And yeah, I don't know why I'm doing this, bro. I actually don't know, bro. I don't even know, bro. Okay. Enko, who hasn't been able to sleep well for the past 3 days, I guess. And she's like, "Hello, kids," and they see how tired she is, and they both bow and they're like, "Sorry, mom. It wasn't really me. It was more like her." And she elbows him, and she's like, "Hey, it was you too, And they both argue, and Inko just slaps both of them in the head, and she's like, "It's fine, but I better get a good night's sleep this week. Do you understand me, both of you?" And they both nod, and they're like, "Okay, mom." And they just do their routine, Yes, they bang, they go on dates, they do all that shit. And yep, I'm gonna end this shit here because I quite literally have nothing else to say. So peace out and bye bye.